Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often veers a pit, click, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive. Are you my...
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And sorry, I've just got everything. I'm trying to get everything updated. We had some issues last week with our Facebook, and thank God my boys came in, remoted in, fixed everything, which is one thing that I like about them is that they come in, they can remote in, fix everything. I was having a problem with my Facebook. It wasn't connecting, and they came in and fixed it, and so we got everything squared away. And I'm excited about this week. We had a good week last week, or this past weekend. Not necessarily much for OU and OSU fans of football because of the fact that it was OU just got embarrassed. OSU came back and won. Came back and lost, but they made it a game. But still, we're going to talk about that on both sides of it here in a little bit. But let's talk about the WNBA to start out because the WNBA did complete their season last year. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but I did. I'm a big fan of the WNBA. I've always liked watching it. I only watch certain players. But this year it's gotten way more coverage because of Caitlin Clark. Good and bad because of Caitlin. And then now you turn around and you finally get it. And congratulations to the New York Liberty finally winning a championship in basketball. This city of New York have not won since Dr. J won. That's just crazy. The New York Nets. And that was in the ABA. That's just crazy. When you sit there and you think about that, that's a long time to go without. But as I talked to a New York Knicks fan about it, they should have won with Patrick Ewing. Still to this day, but Pat Riley was the coach and John Starks was there. Finger roll. You're 7 foot tall and you're finger rolling. Dunk the damn basketball. That just to me to this day still is just one of the most craziest things that I've ever seen. You're 7 foot and you're finger rolling. And you're costing the championship. Cost them a chance to go to the finals. To win it all. That year they were really, really good, and I thought they should have. But that being said, Breonna Stewart and Onescu, congratulations to them for winning their first championship. First one in 6 tries, I believe. And bringing it to the city, and of course they're going to get a ticker tape parade, as they should. It's well deserved. And plus on top of that, with all the mess with the way things are politically right now, New York needs some sort of fun, and we need something to relax us from all the craziness right now. So congratulations to the Liberty, and once again, Breonna Stewart. For those of you that watched the game last night, was that a foul or was that not a foul? The coach, of course, of the Lynx goes off and says, you say whatever you want to. She got her with the body, and as we all know, if you play basketball, if you go up and you get hit the body and you're taking a shot, it's going to be a foul. And then she did lean over with her hand, and it looked like maybe she touched her, maybe she didn't. But the bottom line is when your hands go forward and you touch, it's a foul. Now, do I believe that she came in and she was going straight up? She looked like she came into her, she was going up. It's a 50-50 deal. Of course, the Liberty are going to get the call because it is Breonna Stewart, and of course, they haven't won, and it's good for the league. And I don't really, that didn't sound right. I'm not saying that they that the referees gave them the call. I'm not saying that, but Breonna Stewart should have made the free throws earlier. She didn't. She cost them a game early when she missed free throws. So, by all standards, you got to make your free throws, Brianna. And then he would have been put in that situation anyway. That was a game-winning situation instead of game time. But she did come back and hit 2 free throws at the end. So, congratulations to the Liberty. And like I said, it was a controversial call at the end. I'm going to say that. But did she foul her? Me as an offensive person, I'm going to say yes. Me as a defensive player, no. That's the way that I look at it. I think it could have went either way, but that being said, it was a great game anyway, and congratulations to the Liberty winning their first championship and winning 3 for 2 now. Would I had in mind it going to 6 games or possibly a 7th game? No, I would not have. I would like to see it go back to Minnesota for Game 6 and then turn around and come back to New York for Game 7. I would not have minded that at all. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So it was still a very good game. I'm excited about what I saw. Well, actually, that was Game 5, wasn't it? That was Game 5. Yeah, it was Game 5. They would have won it. Is that right? Yeah, it was 2-2, 3-2. Yeah, Game 5 for it all. So enough about the WNBA. Now let's get into NFL football. I want to say this right now, and I was hoping that Drew's going to be on today because we could talk about his Cowboys, who fortunately did not play this weekend, so we don't have to hear about it, but we can get his opinion on the rest of the stuff, and there's some good games tonight as well. Tonight, of course, the Ravens and the Buccaneers tonight at 7:15. Buccaneers are plus 3.5 point. Underdogs over-under is 50. And then, of course, the Chargers and the Cardinals at 8 o'clock on ESPN+. Plus. Cardinals are plus 1, over-under 44. We've talked about this before. I talked about this past week. I'm gonna watch the Ravens and Buccaneers for a minute. But what is Lamar? 21-1 against the NFC. He's gonna be 22-1. They're not gonna. The Buccaneers. You're not used to what you see from him. And the Ravens defense is susceptible, but I just don't think. I think Todd Bowles is going to do a good job. He's a great defensive coordinator, so he's going to do good. But I just don't think they can handle the Ravens. I just don't. I think the Ravens are going to be 22-1, and I think if they ever get to the Super Bowl, they're going to beat whoever they play because you're just not used to Lamar, and especially if it's the Lions. The Lions are good, but without Aiden Hutchinson, they don't have a pass rush. They've got to get a rusher. They've got to get somebody to rush the ball. Other than that, they're okay. But then on the other side of that is Jared Goff going to be able to continue to do what he's doing. So, but that being said, tonight I'm interested to see that game. I'm going to watch some of it. I don't know how much I'm going to watch. And thank God the NBA starts tomorrow. And we're going to talk about that later. But tonight I will be watching the Ravens and the Buccaneers for however long that is. I don't know for how much longer. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do on the inside of the house. And so I may just kind of have that on in the background. I talked about that. I talked to my guy about I do need to add 2 TVs in here. I need to put one on right in front of me right there, and I need to put one on the other side. So I'm not going to watch the Chargers and the Cardinals at all. I don't really have any desire to really watch that game at all, but I'm going to have to watch it just so I can talk to you guys about it tomorrow. So I'll do watch some of that. So I will watch a little bit, but for the most part, that's the thing. I'll need, like I was saying here, I was trying to do it earlier. You guys couldn't see me. And by the way, I want to put one right in front of my desk right here, which Ace is not going to like because I need to get him something so he can be in here with me. But I need to put one right there in front of me and then one over in the corner. Boom, like that, so I can have the 2 TVs right there because I can't have my screens and I'll be able to watch it. But, of course, Ace is not going to be happy because he's not going to be able to be on the couch with me to watch it with me. So I don't know how much I don't know how much he's going to like it. And for you all that have animals that are like your kids, yeah, it's what we do. It's what we do. We treat them like our children, even though they really aren't. We treat them like our children, and that's what I do with my fat boy in there. And he's mad at me right now, so he's in the other room. So he doesn't like once I started doing this. He used to come in, and you guys remember when I first started doing the show a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, he would always come and hang out with me a little bit and give you another appearance. Now he's like, I don't want anything to do with y'all. So it's pretty funny to me. I just laugh at it. That's my baby. I mean, what am I going to do? So, but anyway, in the NFL yesterday, Patriots and the Jaguars handled their business. So The owner is not Khan is not going to be unhappy. They did win over in England finally, 32-16 over the Patriots. Good win by them. They needed it. They really did. I still don't know what's going on with Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. It seems like that. I don't know. I don't want to say it's just ran its course, but they're just struggling and they need to really figure out how to change that whole outlook of that team. Lions and the Vikings. What a great game that was yesterday. Got to watch it while I was working yesterday. I got to watch that and watch the Lions and the Vikings. What a great game. The Lions coming back and forth. And, I like them, but, great win on the road, which, like Dan Campbell said, we're 1-0 in the conference. And they are the best team, looks like, right now. I think them and the Vikings are the two best teams in the NFC. The 49ers beat up like they are. I don't know how much they can really win or what they can really do simply because they're just so beat up. But so are the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are handling their business. So they should be able to do that and get done what they need to get done. But we shall see how that works out for the Lions this year. But because with Aiden Hutchinson, I think you got to have a pass rush, especially if you're going to try to go far. When you play the 49ers, you got to have pressure on Brock Purdy. And they will be getting Debo back, which is weird that he was sick again against the Chiefs. And he just hadn't played against the Chiefs. So he's a whole different animal when he plays against the Chiefs. They're a different team. And, of course, Christian McCaffrey has not played this year as well. So we're going to see how that's going to work and what they're going to be able to go far in the NFC. But I think the Vikings and the Packers, of course, who are in their conference, are going to be their two toughest foes at this point until the 49ers get healthy. Titans and the Bills. The Bills, Josh Allen's just a beast. But, of course, the Titans are not very good. They're terrible. And the fact that, L'Jarius Sneed went and got his money, which is nothing wrong with that. He went and got his money, but now he's on a team that's terrible. And then, of course, his team that he was with, that he won 2 Super Bowls back-to-back, are still winning. And, and a question I guess he's got to ask himself, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because of the simple fact of what he's going through with a team that's not winning. The culture is not the same as the Chiefs. So that's got to be very frustrating to him and what he's doing over there for the Titans, or what he's not doing for the Titans. But anyway, Amari Cooper dropped his first pass, and of course, his first actual catch was a touchdown, even though he didn't know what the hell he was doing, which I thought was really funny. He's like, audible, Josh Allen audible at the line, and he looked at Keon Coleman, was like, what the hell is he doing? And Coleman said, hey, you can see him point his finger like, hey, do this. And so he did. And, of course, he got the touchdown. So congratulations to Amari Cooper getting out of Cleveland and that mess that's going on there. And we'll talk about them when we get to the Browns here in just a second. Dolphins and the Colts. It just amazes me that Mike McDaniel has not found a replacement, didn't have a backup replacement for Tua. I mean, I don't know how you don't have a backup. How do you not have a competent backup for your quarterback, especially one that does have problems with concussions, even though he did not last year? You knew that the concussions were still there. So you gave him the bag, and then this is what happens. So I don't really understand it, even though I think Tua will be back this week. He finally got out of concussion protocol, and we've discussed that. How do you know that what the future may hold for you if you have too many concussions? How that could, like, you're 50 and you're a vegetable, and what that could mean to your family. But of course, he's got his money, and of course, on top of that, just like you, just like me, if you're 20-something years old and you're playing, doing your lifelong dream to play in the NFL as a quarterback, what the hell are you going to do? The same thing he's doing. Now, am I older and I think, hell, you don't want to do that, don't do that? No. But when I think about all the stupid things that I did when I was playing and what I should not have done, like playing playing in the OU game with a 100-degree fever and almost dying afterwards because I was a dumbass, that kind of stuff is just really stupid. But, of course, I'm an adult now and I'm older and I have time to think back on it. Seahawks and the Falcons, I just don't know what to think about Geno Smith. I really don't. He's really good, and then sometimes he's not. I just don't know what the hell to think about Geno. I really don't. Because he has the talent. and all that. But on the other side of that, I just go, man, Gino, I I'm just not that big of a fan of him. I'm just really not. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm just not that big of a fan of Gino. But anyway, congratulations to them. And of course, the Falcons are slowly coming back down to earth. And it may be time to go to Michael Penix Jr. at some point. But I think they're just going to sit him just like Mahomes did. Sit, learn a year. You've got one of the great guys in Kirk Cousins, professional. This is how you go to work, even though he takes Tuesdays off every Tuesday as part of his thing to spend with his family during football season. And his wife's like, oh, I got to have that. And I'm like, okay, if you want to win, this is what we do. We work every day. So from whatever to whatever time, you're going to have to be without me. But of course, that's not how he does it, which is probably a reason why. But he says that it's good for his family. And hey, your family has to come first, I guess. But at the same time, your family can come first again, like Mahomes says. I want to do this, but, in the off week, that's my wife. She makes decisions in the off season. This is what we do. We go here, we go there. They have access to private plane, so they can do a bunch of different things. So I think that you have to try to find a balance. But if your wife wants that, and if you're married and you want to stay married, that makes her happy, then by God, you do what you got to do to stay married. So anyway, Seahawks take care of business over the Falcons. Texans and the Packers, what a great game. That was C.J. Stroud against Jordan Love. This is one guy was calling him J-Lo. No, there's only one J-Lo, bro. You can't change and try to put Jordan Love and turn him into J-Lo. J-Lo is J-Lo. He's not J-Lo. He's Jordan Love. Love Doctor, whatever you want to call him, come up with a nickname all you want to. But J-Lo is not going to fly, bro. You can't try to come up names with somebody that already has a name. That's a female. That's an amazing singer and actor. So, yeah, no. You can't do that. You got to come up with something else, bro. Great game that was. The Packers came back to win at home, and I had predicted that. But I think if you took the Texans, you won the spread. I believe the Packers were -1 or -3 or something like that. So if you did that, you won the game if you took the Texans. Bengals and Browns, let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the fact that the Browns fans were booing when Deshaun Watson was going off the field with a torn ACL. I don't give a shit how you feel about somebody. When somebody is out that could end their career, could be the last time they ever play, and for you to boo for that, I lost respect for the Browns fans, and I've always had respect for the Browns fans up until that point. I think that was trashy. I don't think that was something that I would like to think that does not necessarily is a portrait of who they are as people. But at the same time, yes, regardless of what he's done off the field or whatever, you can't boo a guy that has gone off for the rest of this year, and for the middle of next year. I mean, it's every bit 8 or 9 months. I thought that was trashy. I thought that was disrespectful. And I lost a lot of respect for the Browns fans, who I had tremendous respect for up to that point. But anyway, that being said, congratulations to the Bengals. Once again, they're coming back, winning games like they always do. They start slow, and then they pick up the pace. So we'll see what they can do for the rest of their schedule. So they still have to play the Browns one more time. They have to play the Steelers twice. They have to play the Ravens again. So we'll see what's going to happen when they play each other. Eagles and Giants, congratulations to Saquon Barkley coming back home. Excuse me while I blow my nose. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to blow my nose in you guys' ears. Congratulations to Saquon Barkley. He had more yards than the Giants. Daniel Jones gets benched. Is pissed off that he gets benched. Bro, the Giants, some organizations, you get hired the wrong GM, you hire the wrong people, and this is what happens. Once again, how the hell do you not pay Saquon Barkley? I still don't understand that one. How the hell do you not play Saquon? I understand that Daniel Jones is your quarterback. I get all that. But how the hell do you not play Saquon Barkley? That's something I don't get. I don't understand it. Uh, I don't know what you're looking at, but once again, everybody thinks, hey, I have to have a quarterback. And I agree you do. But at the same time, your best player is not your quarterback. The player who makes all the impact is your running back. And you don't pay him. To me, that was a huge mistake made by them. And that's something that's going to come back to haunt them a long time. But Daniel Jones got his bag. Y'all got to pay him. And so, that being said, the Giants are right where they should be. You're getting your butt kicked. You got to play him. He's your rival, so he's got to come back and play you twice a year. And I can promise you, he's going to kill you every time he sees you. He's going to kill y'all. Simply because he wanted to stay there. And then the fans booing, which I don't. It's like Oklahoma City fans mad at Kevin Durant. I don't get it. I don't get that. Why are you booing him? He said he wanted to stay. He wanted to be here. The Giants didn't want him, but you're mad at him. And you're burning his jersey. And you're mad at him. I don't get that. It's like Thunder fans. I don't get it. I don't understand the whole Russell Westbrook. I don't understand your fascination with it. I just don't get it. I really don't. Never have gotten it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the fascination. I don't understand the reality. I don't understand the rationale behind people wanting Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant. That's something I don't get. I don't understand, and I'm not gonna, because it makes zero sense. But it puts you right back to where you are today. Raiders and the Rams. The Rams took care of business, and they're getting Cooper Kupp back, so I know they're going to be happy. Matthew Stafford's going to be happy to at least get him back so he can have his favorite target to throw to. And I do believe Cooper Kupp is one of the best wide receivers in football. The best. Now, he did do something magical a few years ago when they did win the chip. But at the same time, yeah, I think I'd take several guys over him. Panthers and the Commanders. Commanders 40-38. Actually, that was not the real score. That was not the score. I don't know what the score was. That wasn't it, though. I put that in wrong. There's no way in hell the Panthers scored that many points. The actual score was 40-7 was the actual score. So I just messed that up. Sorry, guys. And then, of course, the Chiefs and the Niners. What a great game that was. Let me go with the Jets. Yes, Chiefs and the Niners. What a great game that was. Chiefs took care of business, did what they needed to do. And by beating the Niners and Patrick Mahomes. Another subpar game for him, numbers-wise. But the whole thing is, when he has to make a play, he makes a play. When they need something done, he gets it done. No matter what else happens, if they need a play, Patrick Mahomes makes the play. When they need something from him, he makes it happen. That's what the great players do. That's what he does. And, but at the same time, he's going to have to play, but he can't just keep doing this. But that being said, guess what he's doing? He keeps doing it. He's not playing well, but when they need a first down or they need a bucket, when they need something, he is the one that gets it done every single time when they actually need him to make a play. They need him to first down. They need something to keep a drive going. They need to win the game. He makes the play to get the job done. That's what he does. And, you could talk about him, other guys being MVPs and all of that. Yeah, that's great, and that's all fine, and yeah, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, it's about W's. At the end of the day, it's about winning. At the end of the day, it's about him making the plays that need to be made in order to get the win. And that's what the hell he does. Now, everybody talks about him running over Mustafa, the safety. And, he wasn't trying to run over. You can see he just was lowering his shoulder to keep, to absorb the contact. You can see that's what he was doing now. Like he said, the dad bod, which I thought was funny. The dad bod took over right there by allowing him to take the punishment from him and not being able to get hurt, which I thought was funny. The dad bod. Because everybody gives him crap about that. But you know what? He's a father, and he doesn't need to have this glorious physique, what's the quarterback at Will Levis. He's got this great body, and look at him. He can't get himself out of a trash can. So it's kind of funny. And when you watch Mahomes run, it's like, how the hell is he doing that? How the hell does he? It's like that out of bounds deal. That was just a move he put on the linebacker 53 was running towards him, and you could say he just put the brakes on him, and he ran by him. And everybody talks about, he was going to go out of bounds. I said, no, he was trying to get there. But at the same time, Mahomes knew that, and he took advantage of the situation because he knew that he was running at him full speed, and he couldn't slow down. That's all it was. I mean, these guys try to put all this stuff on him like it wasn't that great. It wasn't like he did that great. It was a nice move. I mean, all he did was put the shimmy. It's like, oop, nope, brakes. I'm going to keep going because I know, because he was watching him, because I can promise you, if he knew he was going to have a beat on him, Mahomes would have ran out of bounds. But he saw him running at the angle. He knew he could slide or take a little, slow down and let him run by him. That's exactly what he did to get the extra yards because that's what he does. He's a smart player. And instead of giving him credit for it, they got to blame it. The quarterback couldn't run out of bounds and all this other nonsense. Look, dude, the bottom line is he saw him. He knew he was running. He was out of position. He couldn't slow down, and Mahomes took advantage of it. That's what happened. It wasn't anything bigger, anything more than just that right there, what I just said. And it was just a smart move by a smart player, and a running back would have did the exact same thing if the guy had a bad angle on him. He would do the exact same thing. So, get over that. Jets and the Steelers. Jets, Mets. Mets lost last night to the Dodgers. Jets lost yesterday. It was a bad day for New York, except for the Yankees winning, of course. Yankees do what they always do. But the Jets, 37-15, Steelers. And let's face it, Russell Wilson, I think he's a shell of himself. I don't think he's the player he used to be. Does he make plays? Yes. Did he underthrow some balls yesterday that allowed, Pickens saved him? 100% Pickens saved him. 100% Pickens saved him. There's no doubt about that. He saved him. Whereas that he could have very easily made plays, or very easily the ball could have went the other way. But Pickens made the play, and it got him going, and then he did make a couple nice throws. I'm not going to say that. But at the end of the day, he is Russell, and I just think his days are far beyond him. That's kind of how I look at it with Russell Wilson. But what a great day it was in football yesterday. And then, of course, in Big 12, man, my Cowboys, I just don't know what to say about them. They did good, but once again, they're in the bottom of the standings. And let's go through it real quick. Cincinnati beat Arizona State 24-14. Kansas took care of business over Houston 42-14. BYU outlasted Oklahoma State. Colorado, they're coming on. They are a surprise. They're 5-2, one win away from getting a bowl berth, which at the beginning of the year nobody thought that was going to happen. But look at what's going on. And Shedeur Sanders is clearly the best quarterback in football right now. He will be the number one overall pick to me, especially if it's the Raiders. They're going to pick him, I believe. And he'd be perfect for Vegas. Baylor, Texas Tech, 59-35. Who's got the ball? Let's just go up and down the floor. Let's not play any defense. Texas Tech, that's Texas Tech football right there. 59-35 loss at home in Lubbock. Kansas State 45, West Virginia 18. What a game that was right there. Kansas State slowly bringing themselves back up to where they were dominance-wise. UCF losing Iowa State taking care of business. And then, of course, TCU, when I was teasing the ladies at the gym yesterday. But I say, did your Horned Frogs win? They're like, yes, man, the Horned Frogs won. Because at Santa Fe, I was teasing these people because remember a couple years ago when they were in the finals, all of a sudden all these people had TCU jerseys. I'm like, you went to TCU? You went to TCU? You went to TCU? And I had no idea these people went to TCU. They never had worn anything TCU, anything Horned Frogs up until that point. And I'm going, I had no idea that you were a Horned Frog. And all of a sudden they start wearing their stuff. So now I tease all these Horned Frogs that I know now that are TCU fans about it. But before, I mean, they never wore their stuff. I mean, I wear my stuff all the time. Even people who didn't go to OU, they wear OU stuff. So it's just amazing when I sit there and I look at it and I'm going, okay, well, whatever works for you, it's good. But anyway, so I was teasing about it. So congratulations to the Horned Frogs yesterday. So for their win. But the Big 12, to me, and I wasn't going to do this, but I might as well just go ahead and go through the standings of it. It's frustrating to me. Oklahoma State at the bottom. And remember, they were projected to not only win it, but be right there. But instead, 0-4 at the bottom of the standings. And everyone's asking me, what does he think is the time? I said, I'm not a Gundy fan, so I'm really not the person to be asking about Mike Gundy because I'm not a fan of his. So I'm not the guy to be asking for him. I don't think he should have got the contract he got. I'm still mad because our former athletic director gave him a raise when they didn't pay Underwood, which to me has put OSU basketball back. But I believe with our new coach, that's going to help out tremendously by having our coach come in and the coach that we have. So I think that's going to make a difference. But it's still frustrating to me the fact that Oklahoma State could have made a play, could have made a deal with Underwood and didn't. So now we are stuck where we are, which is not stuck because I believe the new coach met him. And I think he's going to be fantastic, and I think you're going to see a difference in Oklahoma State basketball this year and what you're going to see out of them. So I'm excited to see him and see what they're going to do this year. And in fact, first games are coming up, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, BYU, Iowa State, Kansas State, Cincinnati, and Colorado and Tech, which Texas Tech, who believed that they would be where they are right now. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen with us going forward. Oklahoma State's got 0-4. Yeah, no one saw that. I know the hell I didn't see that. I'm not sure what to make of that. But at the same time, it's something that's going to have to be fixed. Something that's going to have to be addressed. But once again, Gundy's gotten rid of anybody who has any sort of ability to take him out of the limelight. You got one of the best running backs in the country. You don't even give him the ball. You don't pass. You don't do anything. Ollie Gordon, he's been non-existent this year. How is that possible? I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand it at all. I don't get how he's doing that to this young man, but it is what it is, and it's what Gundy does. So let's go ahead and do this opportunity. Thank our sponsors. I want to thank SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guy up over at Mark Long over there. They love to be behind the scenes. If you have needs for a new complex that you're building, they can lay it out for you, make sure everything works properly. Also, if you have a water treatment plant in your city or in your county, hit these guys up. They make sure they can take care of you. And who the hell doesn't like clean drinking water? I know I do. Collaborative Logic, well, like I said, thanks those guys coming in and getting me hooked back up with my Facebook. Make sure everything runs properly. Every time I have an issue that's not mechanical with my laptop, they come in and make sure that everything works perfectly. So thanks to those guys for doing all of that. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy up. He's doing fantastic, and he will take care of you. That's my guy. And, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to their any of their 5 locations. The main bank at 401 Elm in historic, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. I thought I was trying to be cool right there. Or you can go to YB East, which is off the Parkway and US 66, Highway 66, or 39th Expressway, however you look at it. Uh, YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there in front of the hospital. Can't miss it. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur, there in the lovely city of Bethany. And then Elm Grove Clothing, my guy Jonathan Bickey Triplet. You can contact him. I did my suit with him. Got a new one coming up for this week. So loving my guy, hitting my guy up. Loves to have a custom suit. And if you don't want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a suit, you can spend way less than half of that and get you something fantastic. And all the materials are the same. I mean, you can fill them out. I mean, the materials are the same. The fit is the same. Fit is great. So hook my guy up. Hit him up, 405-332-8787. 405-332-8787. Hit my guy up, Jonathan Bickley Triplet at Elm Grove Clothing. I'm just going to tell you, it's got great suits. I mean, I loved my suit that I had at the JFK Awards banquet. So love what he did over there. So you can hit my guy up over there, Jonathan Bickley Triplet. He is the dude to talk to over there. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I'm nervous and I'm excited. Okay? The NBA season starts tomorrow. Okay? So I'm nervous and I'm excited. And, there's some big games coming up tomorrow, but this is why I'm nervous and I'm excited. The Thunder projected wins this year are 55.5. Now, my prediction is 56. With prediction, the low would be 51 and the high would be 58. It does on my deal. Last year, we were projected at 44 and we finished at 57. The year before, we were projected at 23, finished at 40. So we went 17 wins, and then we went 13 wins, and so now I'm saying a half a win, and the maximum 2.5 wins over last year. So because it is a long season, and of course, without iHeart to start out the season, it's going to be a little difficult for the Thunder to do something. I think it's going to hurt us, but on the flip side of that, we played Denver twice without him. So they really won't see us with him and how we match up to them until the last two games of the season, or the last two times we played them, both at our place, and then turn around and play them in the playoffs. So they won't really have a good look of what we look like with him. So I'm taking his injury kind of as a blessing because we do play Denver twice at the beginning of the season. So I'm looking at it kind of as a blessing. I know that sounds bad, but they won't really see how we really match up to them. And then that's also a bad thing for us too, is the simple fact that we won't know how we match up with them. But I think it's more of an advantage for us than a disadvantage for us by us him missing those first few games against Denver because he's hurt. So I think it's more of an advantage for the Thunder than it is a disadvantage. But anyway, my prediction is 56 wins. The low is 51, high is 58, depending on what this coach does and depending on how much they want to make J-Dub the star. I think that's what's going to depend on, how much they want to make J-Dub the star. That's going to what depends on what the Thunder is going to do this year. So, but that being said, here's the NBA schedule to start the season, which I'm excited about. I mean, it does start tomorrow. I don't know why I didn't do that. Let's blow that up for you guys so you guys can see it. NBA games tomorrow: the Knicks and the Celtics, 6:30 on TNT. I think everybody's going to be watching that game. I know damn sure I am. I'm going to be excited to see what's going to happen with that game because their rivalries, we're going to see if the Knicks are really going to give them a run this year. That's what, I mean, they're predicted to be one of the teams that are going to give them a run. The Knicks, Indiana Pacers, and the Philadelphia 76ers are predicted to be giving the Celtics all they want, especially the Knicks. I think they're the odds-on favorite. But we'll see. It's give us an early preview because both sides are healthy, so we'll see what's going to happen in that particular game. The Celtics are 5.5-point favorites, over under 223.5. 223 is the over-under, so we're going to see what's going to happen in that game. And then, of course, the late game is the T-Wolves at the Lakers, which The only reason I'm doing it is because LeBron. I don't give a shit about LeBron. I think T-Wolves, the Lakers are plus 1.5. I think the T-Wolves are going to mop the floor with them. That's what I think. It's early in the year, and I think the Lakers are going to try to make a play, but I think that the T-Wolves are going to handle their business. Plus 1.5, I think I'm going to be all over the T-Wolves in that, and I think I'm going to take the Celtics. Take the Knicks. I don't think the Celtics are going to blow the Knicks out. I think that game's going to be a lot closer. So I'll take the Knicks and the points, and then I will take the T-Wolves over the Lakers. I think the T-Wolves are going to. I'm a Laker fan, but I just don't think that they'll be able to do something. Like I said, I'll be wearing my Laker gear once he is gone. I'll be wearing my Laker stuff again. Until then, I will not be wearing my Laker stuff, and I will actually be cheering for the Thunder over the Lakers this year. My first time ever doing that. I've always worn my Laker stuff when the Thunder and Laker play, and everybody has known that. But I do believe this year I will be wearing my Laker gear instead of the Thunder gear. I'll be wearing the Thunder gear instead of the Laker gear, which is going to be the first time ever. And I know Randy Wright Commander, don't fall out your seat, but I think I'm going to do that this year for the first time, is actually wear my Lakers stuff. I know all the people who know me really well know that's going to be a real jump for me, but that's what I'm going to do this year, is wear my Lakers stuff. Excuse me. So that being said, that's kind of how I'm going to look at it. That's kind of what I'm going to do. And I've got to do my power rankings and all that. And I may save that for tomorrow to do my NBA power rankings for this coming year. So I haven't done that yet. So, I've done it, but I think I'll wait for tomorrow before I do that, kind of my pre-season show. Then also I'm doing my the Thunder thing tomorrow too, or tonight. I'm going to do that maybe tonight. Do our Thunder preview, just kind of go over the Thunder season. This is what we're going to do. This is the steps. This is what I think we're going to win. This is why. This is how we're going to do this and that. So I'm moving a Thunder pre-show again. We did one earlier at Cat's Tavern, but we're going to do another one tonight, which is going to be an in-depth Thunder kind of preview of what I think we're going to do this year, break down the games, what our tough games are, what our first 15, what are we going to win. So we're going to do that tonight on After the Storm, our OKC Thunder show. So we're going to do that tonight, kind of getting that started to begin the season, because now that I've got a good look at what we're going to do or what we can do, I think we'll be able to go through and make that happen. So I'm excited about that. Or we may just wait till tomorrow. We'll see how that's going to work. But I think we're going to do it tonight and make that work. So now, I was trying to save this, but I might as well just get it over with now. In college football scores, I wasn't going to do it, but I've got to do it. Auburn, Missouri, I've watched it, and that was a great game between Auburn and Missouri yesterday. South Carolina just smashed OU, which we talked about. It was just really embarrassing. And then Alabama, Tennessee, what a great game that was. And the question is now, is Jalen Milroe really what we thought he is, or is he not? That's the question. Who is he really? And what is he really? So he made a huge interception at the end. Tennessee, of course, handled their business. Josh Heupel, congratulations to him, former OU quarterback, and for the quarterback of their last NCAA championship back in 2000. He was the quarterback for that team. So congratulations to him. He's got his falls rolling, and coaching matters. And somebody told me the other day that Dan Lanning, the coach at Oregon, OU was trying to hire him at first and couldn't get him. So what a misstep that was, not being able to hire Dan Lanning, and then him, of course, doing what he's doing there in what he's doing there at Oregon. He could have been doing that at OU. I know the fans would have loved to see that happen, but once again, timing is everything. They got the job done, and OU did not, slipped out, and so now they're in the big boy football, which they were bragging about. We're this, we're that, we're not the Big 12, and now look at you. You're getting your butts braided out. OSU doing the same thing with them, so I really can't say a lot for us. Georgia and Texas, I just don't agree with going back with Quentin Ewers the way they did. I think that Arch Manning was rolling, but Sarkisian went back to Quentin Ewers last week against the OU, and I said that I understood why he was doing it, try to get all the rust out, but they were not the same team. And then he tried to make the change with Arch Manning, and it just didn't work. I think you got him out of the flow. You were in a flow. You were rolling, and I think he should have kept going and kept yours out and kept Arch Manning playing last week against OU, and then coming in the Georgia game. I think that would have been a completely different team. But, once again, coaches sometimes outthink themselves and think they're smarter than what they are. And then again, that's what ends up happening with that. So it's just kind of crazy how some coaches do things, and it's just amazing to me that they just outthink themselves. You had this going and you changed it up, and it's your fault. It's your fault what you did. So that being said, I'm going to say this right now. This is going to be a good week for basketball. One, the Major League Baseball starts the Yankees versus the Dodgers this Friday night. Those are two of my teams. Those are both my teams. So the reason why it's both my teams is because my dad was a huge Dodgers fan because of Jackie Robinson. And so I was a Dodger fan in the beginning, and then me and my dad kind of got in a little deal. So then, of course, I went to the team that he hated the most, which was the Yankees. So I became a Yankees fan. And just to be against, kids and their dads they just go against each other. So I became a Yankees fan just to go against my dad. So that they ended up doing that for a long time, and then they ended up both being my teams. And then, of course, Reggie Jackson was one of my favorite players, and then, of course, Derek Jeter being one of my favorite players, and then, of course, Magic Johnson buying part of the Dodgers that helped me come back into the Dodger fold. So both of my teams are playing. I'm not sure exactly who I'm really going to be cheering for. I would say probably. I mean, if push came to shove, you held a gun to my head, I'd probably say I'd want the Dodgers to win. Because of the Magic Johnson and Laker ties. My dad to that. Plus, they were the first team I actually cheered for. But if I'm just gonna say it, I want the Yankees to win. But if you put a gun in my head, secretly deep down inside, I'd probably want the Dodgers to win simply because. The Yankees have won so much, and plus my guy Derek Jeter is no longer playing. So if I had to put a gun in my head. So anyway, we have that on Friday. Tomorrow the NBA starts. WNBA just ended yesterday. The NBA starts tomorrow. So that starts. The Thunder play Thursday, which we're going to preview that as well, coming up with the Nuggets on Friday. So we play, Thursday, Saturday, and then Sunday is our first home game this coming Sunday against the Hawks. So we're going to go over all that. So this is going to be a fantastic week for the Thunder, the defending champion. We won our division. So we'll see how that's going to work. And I think they're going to probably put up a banner for that, which division banners, okay. I mean, to me, I want world championship banners. I mean, division banners are okay. You got to have something up there to I guess, encourage the fans or give the fans something to look up to, and this is what we have. But give me a world championship banner. And I think we're going to have a different coach or change the coaching staff or mentality to get that done. I don't think this guy is going to get it done. I just don't. I don't have the confidence in it, but we'll go over that tonight. So that being said, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Hey, enjoy your day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Go out and hit some golf balls. I don't get to